Hi, and welcome to another video by Jim the Car Guy. Today I'm going to show you how to change the lock actuator on a 2010 Honda CRV. Okay, now that we got the door panel, the door open, we're going to start to remove a couple of things. We're going to actually take this out right here. I'll show you. We're going to take out this clip right in here. You just push down on this just a little bit and you pull it down, and that I'm going to do with two hands, but we're going to take that clip right there, pull it down and take that off. Down underneath here, we're going to remove this cover right here, again with a screwdriver. And the same thing right up underneath here, we're going to remove that and take that out. So let me just put the camera down and I'll get started, and you can watch what I'm doing. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do in here is we're going to push down on that clip that holds that little cover on. We'll get the hook on it, and then we're going to pull it out with the hook so we can gain access to the screw. Okay, once you take the cover off, you'll notice behind there's two Phillips head screws. We're going to take both of them out so we can pull this out. Okay, now we'll pull off these covers to gain access to the screws that are underneath there. And in this particular case, we're using a screwdriver to pull the covers down. They will not come off. They'll just pull out. They'll still be attached. You leave them hanging there. Don't pull them out of the way because you'll break off the other part of it. We'll do the same thing on the bottom to gain access to that screw. And you can either use a Phillips head screwdriver or a flathead screwdriver or a scribe like this to get behind it and pull the cover down. And then we'll remove the two screws that hold this piece in place. Okay, now we have one more screw down inside here. We're going to take our scribe and we're going to hook onto that little plastic piece, and we're going to pull that up and out of the way so we can gain access to the screw, the Phillips head screw that's down below. Let me show you where it's located. And then we're going to come in here with our screwdriver, unscrew it, and we're going to take it out, and then this door panel should be ready to come off. Okay, so we'll take this screw out, and I just want to point one more thing out to you. This screw is a little bit different than the other ones that came out, so make sure you put them in a location so you know you put them back in the exact place that they came out, because this one is a different screw than the ones up underneath the bottom right here. Okay, now at this point you want to go underneath the bottom of the door, whether you use a screwdriver or you use a tool to pull the door panel out. You just pull it out, the little plastic clips will pop out, and then you can grab the door panel and move it up and out of the way. We do have to take this cover off on the side right here. I know it's a little out of frame, but that cover, you just put the screwdriver under it, you pry it slightly, and the little plastic clips right here will pop right out, and then you can take that panel off and pull the door away. Right through here, there's a little clip on the back of the door right here. See these little clips right here? And you just get back there with a screwdriver and you just pry it and it pops right out. All right? Okay, now as we have access to the inside, we're going to take this little clip out on the top right here so we can remove the plastic that covers the actuator location. We'll pull it back and out of the way. You want to be careful because this glue can really make a mess. Next thing we'll do is we'll go up on the side of the plug that plugs into the actuator itself, and we're going to push the little clip in sideways and pull it up and out of the way. Pull the rest of the plastic out. And again, I said be careful. This glue gets on you and it really makes a mess. The actuator I would recommend using is I would get it right from the manufacturer. I would not buy an aftermarket lock assembly. This one, as you can see, is right from the Honda dealer. And we're going to take it and I'll show you how it lines up. You put it right up in here, and now we have an idea of what screws we need to take out. We'll take out that screw, and we'll have to remove that rod, and then take out the 3 screws on the side of the door frame itself right here. All right, so let's take these screws out. I found that sometimes taking these screws out over here is a little bit difficult. What I use is an impact driver. You actually put it on here. You just take it and take that hammer and hit it, and then unscrews the screw. Same thing on this side right here. Get pretty tight, so you just take it, get it. After you break them loose, that impact driver, you take these out. And I've run into this problem before where you try to take these screws out and they're so tight in there you can't get them out. sometimes you'll have no choice but to drill out the screw here because you can't really do much of anything once they strip out. So if that's the case, then you just get a drill and you drill it right through the center here, and you drill out the screws in the door itself. Because you know, it will happen sometimes where you won't be able to get them out, but in this case we got them out. Okay, so take the screws out of the way here. You got your last screw right here in the door. Let's get a light over here so we can see what we're doing. And then you have that disconnected there. What we're going to do is go inside the door and we're going to disconnect right up in here. You see that blue rod, that blue clip on there? You just pry that little clip over. I don't know if you can see that up on top right here. You pry it over and you just pull this rod out. Let me put the camera down. A little bit of a tight fit up there, but once you have the clipboard, you just got to pry the rod out. See? That's the rod right there. We just pried it right off of here, and now we'll take the lock out. All right, next thing we're going to do is we're going to take that screw out that holds the channel that the window runs up and down in. We're just going to remove the screw. It's a 10mm screw. And then we'll take the channel, just move it slightly to the one side so we can remove the lock assembly and take it out. And then we could put our new lock assembly back in, and then we'll reattach the channel. What happened is this little piece here got hooked up in the top there, so we needed to get this out from behind the channel. So by taking that channel and moving it a little bit, the channel is here, you can just come around it like that and then out. All right, now we're going to switch over these cables on here, so let me do that and I'll show you how that goes. Okay, now that we got the locks over here on the workbench, we have to switch these cables over here into the new lock, which is over here. So we're going to take out these screws around here, and we're going to take this cover right off, and we'll switch it over. Just take that and relocate it off to the side for now. And then what we're going to do is right inside here, we're going to take off this clip right here, and then we're going to pull this out. So you just pry that clip like that down. Pry that clip down like that. Take this out. And this piece here, you're just going to pry it up ever so slightly, and it pops right out. Obviously, you have to put it in the same hole. This one here, you do the same thing. You just go underneath it here with a screwdriver, and you just pry it up until it pops out. And this one, you just take it to pull it out like this. Just get this out of the way. And we're going to put this back in this way here. And then we'll put that back where it belongs here. And you'll hear it snap in. This one here, we're just going to put it up here. Put it in where it belongs. Push it in and you snap that clip over. And you lock it back in place. And then we're going to put this back there. And then we're going to put our cover back on. Let's take it back over, and we're going to put it in the car. I'm just going to take this off with a razor blade, and we're going to try to reinstall it over there. I don't together. So let's get back over to the car and I'll show you how to put it back together. Remember how we took it off? We gotta have this piece facing to the top now because we have to put this clip back into the top right here. Remember this rod here that we took out? We're going to put it back in there and then lock that clip back down. The clip is one just like this here. Right? I'll show you what I get it in now. But you see that blue clip down in there? Right? Right by the tip of the light right there. You slide this rod here back through there and you clip it in place. I see you can see it this way better. Yeah, you can see it pretty good like that. Alright, you just clip that rod back in place, and now once you have that tight in there and clipped in, now you can tighten up everything on the lock itself, all of the bolts. You got to plug back in the electrical connector, and that's it. We should be all set. So, yeah. Everything is perfect. So now we're going to put the inside back together and button it up. That's it. We're all set. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.